Hello guys, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. And today's news is going to impact almost 2 million people who came to the UK from 2021. So yes, I'm talking about ILR updates, which was updated by the UK government on 20th of November. So I'm going to take you straight to the PDF, the 60-page PDF and other details. And I've prepared some notes, which I'll walk through it one by one with you guys. So make sure if you are in the UK and if you have not got your ILR now, you are the one who's getting impacted. So stay with me till the end of this video. So let's begin without any further delay. So this is the massive PDF that I was talking about, which is 60 pager. So I have read it, I have made some notes and I'm going to go through it. I'll provide the link to you guys so that you can read it yourself. Yeah, here you can see all the details in detail. And then here, the next news is about the biggest overhaul of legal migration model in 50 years announced. Yes, about the illegal migrants and how the ILR is changing from 20 to 30 years even for them. So all the details are here also mentioned along with the numbers, which you can see. I'll provide a link for you guys to have a look. And the last one is this, earned settlement. So they talked about the 4 pillars. What is ILR? What will be the 4 pillars and how do you earn this settlement? You won't be getting your ILR just like this by staying on a skill visa, say for 5 years. There needs to be other requirements which you have to fulfill. So we're going to talk about this as well in detail. So let's begin through my notes. And I know there are a few people who are tuning in and watching my video just to know whether people who are already on the route to ILR, whether they are impacted or not. So I'm going to start with that because I know you are here for that. So yes, anyone in the UK who have not yet got an ILR will be impacted and will be part of the new reform rules rather than the old rule. But it depends on the timeline. The timeline of the new rule is not yet decided because the consultation starts from 20th of November and will continue till Feb. And the new rule, we don't know when it will be implemented, maybe in April. So if you don't have your ILR, say by April, then you will be impacted. If you happen to apply for your ILR, say next month, next week, or in 1-2 months, you won't be impacted. What it says on the PDF, page number 4, there's a sentence here. This would mean that those who are due to reach settlement in the coming months and years would be subject to the new requirements for earned settlement as soon as our immigration rules have changed. And here you see, we propose to apply these changes to everyone in the country today who has not already received indefinite leave to remain. This is a big sentence. So at least now you guys know you are part of the new rule. However, they said the consultation, they will be discussing about the transitional arrangements. Now, people who are worried that who will be part of 5-year rules versus 10-year rules, 20-year, 3-year, 30 years, I'll discuss all that in detail, but a very quick summary here, again, for people who are really worried. So, immediate family of British citizens and Hong Kong BN route retain 5 years. And frontline public workers like doctors, nurses, and teachers will also be part of 5-year route. However, there are also people who will get ILR in 3 years, like high earners. If you have a salary of £185,000 plus, you can get your ILR in 3 years, entrepreneurs as well, and global talent and Innovator Founder Visa as well, which I'll discuss more in detail. But this is a quick summary for people who are here just for this information. Now, like I told you, the consultation starts from 20th of November 2025 and it will run till 12th of Feb 2026. And the implementation date, so I said, is TBD. We don't know yet. Okay. So there's no immediate changes in the pipeline. So despite the announcement, nothing has changed yet. And your current ILR remains in effect. So there's no need to panic, but make sure you participate in the consultation and give your feedback so that the government can look into it. All the links will be in my description and pinned comment. Now, let's talk about earned settlement. We did discuss about it previously, but now they have discussed more in detail about earned settlement. They're talking about 4 pillars, which we have discussed already, like the character, integration, contribution, and residence. Now, if you are not a good character, you won't be even getting an ILR. So refusal of applications where character are not met. So you will not get ILR if you have a bad character or you are not of a good character. Non-compliance with immigration rules and no criminal record. Now, and the second pillar is about integration. So your meaningful engagement with British society is needed, English language and passing the life in the UK test. In terms of contribution, they want to see rewards, sustained economic contribution, active participation in the economy, and measurement of economic impact in terms of residence, lawful residence in the UK, continuous residence, and not sole basis for qualification. So these are the 4 core pillars they have talked about, which is in the new framework. Now, what is a new baseline qualifying period? It is 10 years. On my diagram, of course, I have put this white font, which is not visible. So excuse me for that. So here I put a diagram like the current system is of 5 years. Okay. The new system or the qualifying period in general, they have put as a qualifying period as 10 years. This is the general migrant. So here you see I put 10 years is from the current system, it is up to 10 years, which is this one for general migrants. So for most migrants will fall under the 10-year rule. Now, they have also said they are low-skilled workers for people like on health and care worker visa, and also maybe people whose jobs are below RQF level 6 will be under low-skilled worker as well. So they will be part of 15 years ILR route. And for people who are refugees, it is 20 years. So resettled refugee starts at 10 years. So it may be 20 years for them. Now, what are the changes in terms of timeline? Now, this is a quick snapshot based on the examples they have shared. But again, I've just kind of written it down what I've understood. So for 3 years, high earners, if like I told you, if you earn £125,000 for minimum 3 years or so, you will get your ILR in 3 years. If you're entrepreneurs, global talent visa, Innovator Founder Visa. So this is still for 3 years. This is the proposal. 5 years is NHS doctors and nurses, immediate family or British citizen, and Hong Kong BN and visa holders. Now, 10 years for most economic migrants, like I talked about, and 15 years is lower paid workers like health and care worker visa, and for people whose jobs are below RQF level 6. That is a proposal. And 20 years for people, migrants who are reliant on benefits and recognized refugees. 30 years also for people, illegal migrants and visa overstayers. So this is just an overview of what they have mentioned in their PTR document. Now, who will be affected? 2 million people. Because that's the number they said people arrived in the UK from 2021 onwards. And out of that, 1.6 million people will be eligible for their ILR by 2030. So they want to stop them or they want to increase their timeline. And under health and care worker visa, they have already said there are 616,000 people and dependents on health and social care. This is a big number. Who's not impacted? People who have already got an ILR, they are not impacted by it. And yes, the government has said government will consult on transitional arrangements, but intends that anyone not yet granted settlement when new rules take effect will move to contribution-based system, which we talked about the 4 pillars in the beginning. Now, fast track opportunities, I talked about global talent and innovator founder visa, high earners as well, I talked about. If you are getting a salary of 50,000 plus in a year for 3 years, you can get your ILR in 5 years. And if you're getting a salary of 125,000 plus for 3 years, you can get your ILR for 3 years. And frontline public service, people will get ILR in 5 years, like doctors, nurses, and teachers. Now, impact on health and care workers. We talked about NHS doctors. Now, health and care worker visas, yes, it is 15 years for them. Now, what are the mandatory requirements? Now, suitability, financial compliance, English language, like you need to have B2 level English language now, life in the UK test, economic contribution. These are the details which is mentioned in the page number 25, which you guys can have a look in detail. Now, moving to time adjustment model reduction. So I only kind of briefly touched upon it, but very quickly here. Now, reduction means the qualifying period is 10 years, like I expect. Now, reduction means who can get quicker. So if you manage to get your English language at C1 level, it means you can get your ILR in 9 years instead of 10 years. So this says -1 year. It's mentioned in the PDF, by the way. Okay. I talked about the contribution of high earners here. I talked about the public service. So everywhere you see -7 years because the qualifying period 10 years. They are taking that as a new baseline. So 10 minus 7, 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5, and you can calculate. Okay. Now, entry residence, so parent, partner, child for British citizenship. They will get ILR in 5 years, and British National Overseas 5 years, and Global Talent Workers -7 means in 3 years. This is a Global Talent Visa. Now, there is an additional reduction for community contribution. We don't know how much will it be, but they're saying 3 to 5 years, depending on your contribution and voluntary. So this is again mentioned in the table 1 to the baseline qualifying period. You can refer to the page number 22. I've taken a screenshot here, which you can see. So this is the adjustment to baseline qualifying period. This is what I meant. 10 minus 1. So new qualifying period is 10 years. So everywhere where you see minus, so it's 10 minus 1, 10 minus 7, 10 minus 5. This is how you should do your calculation. And where it says no subject to consultation, so this will not be open to consultation. Even though you fill the form, you answer your questions, this is not part of the consultation at all. So yes, other bits like integration and contribution, this is what they meant. How do you integrate with the society, with the English language, higher English language? And in terms of contribution, it's all about your salary, how much you're contributing. Because if you're a higher salary bracket, it means you're paying a higher tax in the UK. Now, time adjustment model increases. We talked about decreases. Now it is a time to talk about increases. Where is it increasing? When people are coming here illegally. So plus up to 20 years. So plus 20 years from 10 years is our qualifying or baseline. So 10 plus 20 is 30 years. If you stay, visit visa overstay, 20 years plus 10, it means 30 years. Overstay information, again, up to 20 years means plus 10, it means 30 years. Now, people who are taking public funds for less than 12 months, it's plus 5 years. So it means you will be getting ILR in now 15 years. People who are taking funds for more than 12 months, you will be getting ILR in 20 years. And people who are violating the rules, it is depending on your severity, they will discuss or decide what should be your qualifying period. Now, everything that I discussed here is on page number 22, table number 3. This is what you need to look at: contribution and entry and residence. Now, impacting specific groups, so dependents and children, vulnerable groups, and HM armed forces, they said they will be open for consultation on each of these groups, like adult dependents no longer automatically qualify for settlement. Say children admitted as dependents under 18 can settle concurrently with parents. You can read the remaining bits. People continue pathways for adult family members requiring long-term care, individuals affected by domestic abuse, and other bits which you can see here. Now, consultation process and timelines, like I told you, consultation starts in November and it's a 12-week period and it ends on 12th of Feb 2359. Key consultation areas that will be discussed is mandatory contribution, public service, public funds, qualifying period, community contribution, dependents and children, income thresholds, non-compliance, and transitional arrangements. So your next steps would be, because people who are in the UK who don't have ILR, you are impacted. It means you're part of those transitional arrangements. So it applies to everyone in the country who has not already received ILR and people who are on their pathway to ILR. So consultation, you should fill the consultation form. And as the next steps, in 12-week consultation period beginning in November 2025, feedback will be collected. So they are not only collecting feedback of people who are impacted, they're also collecting feedback from employers, because they need to plan now longer to keep you. It will increase their cost. And of course, they are also doing their own due diligence by collecting more data. And they will be finalizing the rules and implementation plan after Feb. So in summary, based on what I said, you can read from my slides here what is not there for consultation. For people who are already in the UK, it is made clear that they will be impacted by the new framework. Okay, so this is not open for consultation. However, there will be some transitional arrangements for them. This is what they have said. And then remaining bit I have already talked about in my previous slides, who's eligible for 5 years, 10 years, or 30 years. But here you can just read it on your own. And changes that are for consultation, like I told, for people who are from vulnerable group or people who are from armed forces, they will be definitely for consultation. For people who are earning less or people whose jobs are RQ level 6 or below, those things will be impacted as well. They will talk about the transition arrangements in terms of how to ease that impact. and how public servants and those who volunteer earn a shorter route than 10 years. So you can read the details here. So what this means for you and next steps? So no immediate changes to your current ILR application. So if you're eligible for ILR in the next week or next month, you can definitely go till the time they don't announce a date. There's no impact at all. And of course, like I said, it's a major shift for employers as well. They need to consider about the cost because keeping now immigrant for a longer time, it will cost the company as well. And for you guys, you should start documenting your contribution now, whether NI payments, integration activities, volunteering to future-proof your application, everything. And please get involved in the consultation, and you should be filling the form. I'll provide all the links, and all my information is taken from all the official websites. The links are here. I'll provide it in the comment section. I hope you found this useful, but if you guys got questions, I know many of you got questions. I will be trying to bring Amil very soon and do a live Q&A, but if you leave your questions in the comment section, I promise to take all those questions during the live Q&A. And of course, you can join live and ask me any questions. Thanks for watching my video till the end, and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.